All right, everybody, we have a request to do Fall 19 Test 3, Part 1. Continuation, where we did Test 3, Part 1, and Fall 19 last review day for the other section. That was the one with the scheme in it. And now we're going to do the two relevant questions, 17 and 18, for our Test 3. This integrates a lot of stuff. If we don't know nomenclature, we can't even start this question. Question 17. There's an alkyne between carbons 2 and 3 of pent. So here's pent with an alkyne between carbons 2 and 3. 1, 2, 3. Goes to pent. 4, 5. It's got a methyl on 4. We're starting with that. No, that's it. That's 4-methyl-pent-2-ine. And yes, we're going to put an OH on one of the carbons and an H on the other. That's step 1. No, step 1 puts an H on one of the carbons, usually the more electronegative carbon, because B, boron, is less electronegative. But this is an internal alkyne. You're going to get a 50-50 mixture of enols in step 1. This is not the answer to the question. This is what you get after step 1. A 50-50 mixture of these two products. Yes, they look the same now because I haven't put the new stuff on there. B, Sia2 here and H here on the same side, or the other product. Oh boy, I got them crowded in here. There's B, Sia2 there. Terrible looking. Got everything in the way here. On the other, this carbon B, Sia2 and H. Step 2 generates, and this is a thorough review I'm doing here. You don't have to show me any of this stuff. These intermediates are generated in step 2. They are not the final products. One has the OH on this carbon. The H was there from step 1. H on step 1 here, OH here. These are called enols. They are not the final product. They undergo tautomerization. And you put a carbonyl on the carbon that has the O and a new H on the other carbon. So our two products, 50-50 mixture. 50-50 here gives 50-50 here. Finally, our two products. Carbonyl there. And carbonyl here. Right there. You have two new H's here. One's from the first step. There's a thorough review here. I don't need to see any of this stuff. Here's the new H from the tautomerization. And let's see, the names of the products are 4-methyl-pentan-2-one. 4-methyl-pentan-2-one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Pentan-2-one fits. There's a methyl on 4. It fits. So that's one of the good guys. 4-methyl-pentan-3-one. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. This one, wait, did I mess up? Did I mess up? I don't get the 5 this way. What's going on? Gotta have 5. What did I do wrong? What did I do wrong? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, 4. Oh, 3 is the carbonyl. I had 3, the one below it, in my mind because it was so close. There, nothing wrong with it. My apologies. That one fits too. 4-methylpentanethreone. Now, I don't want some other teacher coming to me and saying, well, that's not the proper UPAC name. And they'd be correct because you should have gone 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then it'd be 2-methylpentanethreone. That's a better UPAC name. But that doesn't matter. This name, even if it's wrong, is this molecule. I think you agree. So that's the one. And there's no way you make an aldehyde. If we don't know aldehydes end with al, it's because you didn't know it yet and you know it now. Aldehydes end with the 2 letters al. Okay? You can't make an aldehyde from an internal alkyne because the reaction puts an O on one of the 2 internal carbons. If it's internal, it's not at the end of a chain. Aldehydes have a carbonyl at the end of the chain. Okay, I hope I made that clear. That puts a big X on this one. Oh, that's not a nice X. I see al at the end. It's aldehyde. If we didn't know that, please know it from now on. And you can't make an aldehyde here. So I need the product that says a 50-50 mix of 1 and 2. Answer is D. There we go. Save. And there you go. And predict the major products of the following reaction. Now we got like 8 choices. My goodness. Hint, alcohols have the highest priority in nomenclature. That's interesting. Okay, might come into play. 1-isopropyl cyclohexene. We'll do the reaction here. 1-isopropyl cyclohexene. Right there. Br2AQ. There's only one reaction this time. The 2 products you make, 2 only, are this one with the OH on the more substituted carbon and the Br on the less substituted carbon. It has the 2 prerequisite conditions of regioselectivity and stereoselectivity. Regioselectivity, the OH with the O being more electronegative than the Br is on the more substituted carbon. That's called Markovnikov. It obeys that. It also, because this reaction has a triangle intermediate, involves a backside attack, gives anti-stereoselectivity. One of the bonds is a wedge, the other is a dash. You can't have wedge-wedge, you can't have dash-dash, they are wrong, okay? But you can have dash-wedge, which I didn't draw. I'm drawing it now because you get a 50-50 mix of the first one and the second one. And now it's time to do R&S because this question's all about R&S, apparently. Okay? Notice all the names are the same. So even if you're flummoxed about alcohol nomenclature, which you might be, are you really? You're not. They all have the same name. You don't have to know how to name it. I just need the stereocenters to be right. So it's time for stereocenters. Remember, if you're doing R&S, you need to make sure if there's an H missing, you put it on where it belongs. And remember, if there's a wedge, the dash must be on an adjacent bond. There you go. So that's one of the products. And here's the other. If the dash is there, a wedge adjacent, and this would be a dash H. And the bottom stereocenter seems to be easy. We got a 1 for a BR. We got a 2 for a C with an O. We got a 3 for a C that doesn't have an O. We have a 4 for an H. Bottom stereocenter S in red. S. Top stereocenter in green. We got a 1 for the O. We got a 2 for a C with a BR. We have a 3 for a C that has 2 more bonds to C. We have a 4 for a C that has only 1 more bond to C. Don't even play around, everybody. This is the time where you have to do a double switch. The 4's not on a wedge or a dash. And you're playing with points here, so don't guess here. All right, so 4 has to switch with 1 because that puts the 4 on a dash. 2 has to switch with 3 because a single switch gives the wrong answer and a double switch brings it back to the right answer. This one is R, so put an R up here. R is one of the answers. Do you think I have to redo the other molecule all from scratch to figure out its SS? Please tell me I don't have to do that, please. Thank you. SS. So I want SS and RR. So put check marks on the SS and the RR. We got the R. We got 2 RRs. Oh, but apparently nomenclature is important. I think you have to use my hint. There's 2 RRs. It says alcohols have the highest priority in nomenclature. So I'm going to do a third drawing down here without stereochemistry. This is for nomenclature based on our new information. If alcohols have the highest priority in organic chemistry, that's carbon number 1. That's what that means. You're told that. And of course, if you want the bromine to be on a carbon with the lowest possible number now, it's number 2. So get rid of the answers that don't have the bromine on 2. Oh. How about this? Get rid of the answers that don't have the isopropyl on 1. Right? Isn't the isopropyl on 1 here? Doesn't that make this wrong? And this one's okay. And then I want SS, which would be of the last 2 answers. I don't like the one that puts isopropyl on 2. I like that. And I got my answer. It's 1 and 4. And I got my favorite new quote from a student in the night section. He says, Dr. Whitaker, this just took 10 minutes for 3 points. I'm going to skip it. I'm going to come back at the end and do it if I can. And I think he was giving some good advice to everybody. Okay? And I'll give the same speech I gave in the night class. Why are some of these multiple choice questions so darn hard? It's not fair. Well, I compensate. I don't count all your points. There are some really gifted students that take this class every semester, and this is for them, seriously. I got to challenge them too, right? So it's possible for you to be just a normally gifted student and get 100% in this class. But the super gifted students, you give yourself a pat on the back because they know how to do this question. All right, and they do it. So we got that. We got something for everybody here. And that's it. Coming back with more video review shortly.